one of the big reasons was to visit the Tribunalos. Another big reason was I came to meet someone.
I got so motherfucking design on right now.
Hey guys, this again the real Filipina, and for today's video as we're going to interview one of my subscriber and moderator, and let's gonna interview about his experience here and here in Philippines, if good or bad. So let's go. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more interview, chor. Okay, let's go. Hi Dan, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you for asking. So, how's your day been?
Good. Good.
Yeah,
it's a little
okay.
warm, but it's always warm in the Philippines.
Okay, are you ready to answer my questions?
Yeah.
So, okay, let's start my questions. Okay.
Okay.
Kanang, what motivated you to visit here in the Philippines?
I have several reasons. Because I very seldom do very seldom do something for one reason. And so one of the big reasons was to visit the Tribunalos. Another big reason was I came to meet someone and sightsee. So
Okay. So, okay. Okay. How long have you been here?
and I wanted to
okay.
escape November in Idaho.
Why? Why do you want to escape in kanang?
Because it's cold and it's warm here. If I could, I would live somewhere warm in the winter. And then
It's snowing there?
It always snows in Idaho in the winter, always.
Wow.
But not every day. I mean, we don't get a lot of snow, but we always get snow each year.
Okay. Then, how long have you been in the Philippines, and where have you been so far?
So far, what's today? The first? I've been here 10 or 11 days. And so far, I've just been to Lapu-Lapu, Cebu, and Toledo.
Okay. So, what were your first impression when you arrived here in the Philippines? Is this your kanang?
This is my second trip.
Second trip.
I was here in February. Yeah.
So, what was your first impression when you get here in the Philippines?
Hot.
Hot. The weather is so hot.
Yeah, it's warm. It's as warm as Mexico, if not hotter. I know. No, actually, it is hotter because once in a blue moon, it can freeze in Mexico, the area that I normally go to.
Then you got the cough from Hannah.
Yeah, you
the real
your
flow.
sharing words.
Okay. Bitaw oy, the sick. The sick is anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's anywhere right now in the Philippines
I
because
know.
of the weather. I think
Yeah.
sometimes raining and it's just going to kanang.
Yeah.
Okay, how does the Philippines compare to your home country in terms of lifestyle and culture?
I mean, if you have money, it can be the same. I mean, because you can stay in one of the high-rise condos, and actually never leave the condo, and have, for much cheaper. Even I could afford to rent a condo here. I mean, because I don't have much money, but I like the fact that the peso has high value to the dollar.
So how much is the value right now? It's just like 58?
Last time I checked, I heard it was 58. Yeah.
It's getting higher.
Yeah. In my head, I just think 50 in that way, because it's easier to do the 50 than it is to keep track of the daily balance, and then I just figure it's not going to cost me as much as I planned.
Oh, okay. So, what has been the most surprising or unexpected about your stay here?
Not much. I mean, I I've watched a lot of videos on it, and so I was pretty well informed. I mean, and a lot of it reminds me of Mexico back in the 80s.
Oh.
I mean, some of the areas, because Mexico was more impoverished than it is now. But in Mexico, it's worked on its infrastructure a little bit more than the Philippines has.
Okay. So, what aspects of Filipino culture have you enjoyed the most?
You gotta love the smiles,
Ah.
and
That's why they smiles because kanang they are thinking like me, smile first because I am thinking what word the words gonna speak.
yeah,
So smile first.
yeah,
Uh,
and the hospitality, you can't beat it. I mean, it's. I thought the hospitality in Mexico was good. Now, I have to admit, I enjoy Mexican food a little bit more than some of the traditional Filipino dishes, but I mean, I'd rather eat birria than dried fish, but I will eat dried fish. I'm not.
do you have fish?
Yeah, I don't have a very squeamish stomach, so
You don't have allergy of foods,
I have an allergy to something. I don't know what it is.
seafoods.
It's not seafoods. I've never had an allergy in my life until I ate at that place across the street the other day.
So have you tried to eat street foods?
Yeah,
Ow.
that's where
Ow.
I got the allergic reaction from.
Okay.
So-
Barbecue?
No, it was Sigsig and Lumpia, which I've had both Sigsig and Lumpia multiple times before. And I've never had an issue with it, so I know they use something that normally doesn't get used, and that's what made me sick. I just wish I could figure out what that something was, because it's not good to have an allergy that you don't know what it is.
So, have you tried traditional Filipino food? Then, what was your favorite so far?
So far, I really like the sigsig and the lumpia. It's very good. The barbecue I don't mind the barbecue. I mean, last time I was here, I almost always ate on the street barbecue. I don't know why, but that's where the lady that I was with always wanted to eat. It was always a barbecue place.
Oh, because some of foreigners don't like to eat street foods because
Yeah,
they're just
I know.
like garbage like that.
It's not. I mean, there's some of it that I will not touch. I mean, you got to know yourself and just have your limits and stick to them.
Okay.
And that's what I do. I mean, I don't need to try the blood sausage, and I don't need to try the intestine.
Intestine. Oh, intestine is kanang kwan man. Interesting. Interesting to eat. It's good.
Yeah, that's what everybody tells me, and they always try to get me to. It's like the blute. They want me to try the blute. But,
It's
no.
good man, the intestine. When you gonna try, you will gonna always find. To eat intestine, okay. What?
In Mexico, they always try to get me to eat tacos de tripas.
Ah,
And tripas is the same thing, except there I think it's beef intestine, or it might be pork. I don't know what it is. But they always try to get me to eat those, and I won't. I've never eaten the tripa tacos, but I do like adobada and carne asada and all the rest. But
okay. So, what cultural differences have you noticed between the Philippines and your country?
oh, there's many differences. I mean, but here there's a lot more family values, a lot of Catholic values, and that's to be expected. You know, it's a Catholic nation, so in my country, seems like nobody cares about value anymore. The only value they care about is the value of the dollar. And that's a shame. At least I think it is, but sadly that's where it's going.
So
And everybody thinks they're right and everybody else is wrong, and it's okay to have differences of opinion. I respect somebody's opinion, but I won't tolerate somebody tell me what I think, or how to think.
Okay. So what are some local customs or tradition that stood out to your during your visit?
The Manopo. That was new to me. Yeah.
New to you?
Yeah. I don't know why. I should have seen it before. I know I've seen it. It just didn't register, but my first trip here, I had all these kids grabbing my hand and touching it to their head.
Like this?
Yeah.
Shaking hands?
No, the Manopo.
Manopo.
Yeah, Manopo.
Yeah, the Manopo is kanang very here,
Yeah.
popular if especially you are a foreigner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What most beautiful place you visited in Philippines have you?
So far it wasn't Kawasan Falls. It was the other falls by Oslo.
Oh
But
yeah.
Oslo was nice too. Oslo and the whale sharks, that was nice. And I keep on forgetting the name of that the falls there just outside of Oslo. That was nice.
That's nice. Kawasan and Oslo is a nice. Yeah, nice place. Okay. Have you had any memorable travel adventures or experience while exploring here in the Philippines?
Just Oslo and it wasn't Kawasan, it was the other one.
The picture of hand?
No.
A handy picture?
No, it was the falls that's close to Oslo.
Oh.
It wasn't. Here, I'll look at the picture.
Have you been in Moalboal?
No, I have not. But everybody tells me to go to Moalboal. But I want to go with someone. I don't enjoy going places by myself, and so.
What happened to the someone that you took to?
She decided that I wasn't the one for her. Well, she told me that she wasn't the one for me, but she meant I wasn't the one for her.
But you came here for her, right?
I came here to find out why, but I actually, because I wanted to, I would like her to tell me why, but she's not going to tell me, and also to meet a girl that I had talked to before I started. In fact, the girl that I'm talking to now, she messaged me after I had started dating the first girl, and I just told her, "I'm sorry, I have a girlfriend right now. I'm not talking to you." And so that ended that relationship until about 3 months ago. And about 3 months ago, we started talking again because I was newly single again. So, but.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay.
That's all right. It is. You cannot force somebody to like you.
Yeah.
You know, you have to like each other, and if she feels that way, I can't override that. I will never be able to win in that situation, and so you just have to move on. So
it's okay.
I know. Yeah. It just kind of. You always want I always want the person I'm dating to be the last person I'm with. That's what I look for in a girl. And so that's kind of how I am. Oh, that's Ocean Park.
So guys, just looking to the guys.
I'm trying to get the name of the falls that are outside, right close to Oslo.
Very, very kanang memorable for you? That one?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you forgot the name.
Yeah.
Maybe that must
It
be
is
hard name.
Tumalog.
Huh? Tumalog Falls?
Tumalog Falls. Yeah.
Ah, Tumalog
Yeah.
Falls.
I'm not gonna show you a picture because Leia's up. I mean, she's in the picture.
Okay. I
Edit that
understand.
name
We
out, please.
understand. Guys, understand, okay? Okay. Okay. So, if I'm gonna ask you, are there any destinations you'd recommend to other travelers coming to the Philippines?
I would say see as many as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, you have someone to enjoy them with. I mean, because me, I'm kind of a fuddy-duddy. If I don't have someone to go out and enjoy things with, I'd kind of rather stay in my room in the AC.
Oh yeah, because maybe they say that enjoying yourself alone is good, but I think it's boring also, like you don't have someone to
Yeah, it can be boring sometimes.
Yeah.
But I know who I am,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean that's just who I am. So
Okay. So, how has the language barrier been for you? Have you learned any Filipino phrases?
very few,
Very few?
It's hard for me to pick up another language.
Oh, you've encountered kanang Filipino, they are good at English too?
No.
No.
In the city, you can find someone somewhere, almost everywhere. But you get out here and, away from you get away from Cebu or the touristy areas, and not many are going to be willing to try to talk to you in English. But the thing of it is, it's just like Junior and I. We hauled all that stuff upstairs. He doesn't speak a lick of, he says he doesn't speak a lick of English, which I believe him, but you can communicate with somebody even not knowing the language.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first went to Mexico, I didn't know Spanish very well, but as long as the two people want to communicate and are open-minded, they can communicate. I mean, you just find a way. When you have a problem, you solve it and go from there.
Yeah. Okay. Then, how easy or difficult was it for you to communicate with locals?
It's not too hard. I mean, it's tough when they don't know a lick of English, but I mean, so far they've always found somebody nearby that at least speaks a little bit of English. I mean, because I've gone up to people and I ask them something and they just give me that blank stare, and then they run and they grab somebody else and they start blah 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 blah. and then somebody else comes over and sometimes good and sometimes very broken English. We communicate and then blah 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 blah. They start talking. The new person tells the person that I spoke to a bunch of stuff in Bisaya, and it gets done.
Okay, so for me, how's my kanang communicate with you? Like my English is broken too.
Your English is it's better than you think it is.
Because it feels like my head kanang stuck up.
The big thing, Hannah, is you're willing to try.
Oh yeah.
If somebody's not willing to try, it doesn't matter what you do. You cannot help somebody that doesn't want help, and that's a hard lesson to learn. But I've learned it, and so when you get somebody that's got that ignorant mindset that I can't do it, they will never do it. And that's what happens. I mean, that kind of happened to my ex-wife because she knows English and Spanish, but she won't try to speak English to anybody. But and all she has to do is start practicing the English, and
she only knows Spanish.
She knows English too, and she can write fine in English. She's actually better reading and writing than she is saying it. But it's that lack of confidence that I don't I don't want people to think I'm not smart. And that right there is what stops her from getting better at English. And it stops a lot of people. I've heard people that have good English, but they have that in their mind and they won't talk to you.
Okay, then, would you recommend the Philippines as a travel destination to your friends or family? Why or why not?
Yeah, it's there's lots of beautiful country.
But only the humidity gonna kills you.
It's not gonna kill. It can be an issue for some people. I mean, if you're extremely older and weak, and yeah, it might be an issue.
Issues.
But generally, if you're just in decent shape, you should be okay.
So yeah, that's a good answer. Then, do you see yourself returning to the Philippines in the future?
That really depends. That really depends how it goes with this relationship, and or you know, but I will not say no. But I kind of have this thought in my head that if things don't work out for some reason with the girl I'm with, and I don't have somebody else, instead of coming here in February, I might go to Colombia, because I'd like to see Colombia too. And the flight's a lot shorter. It's still the same money, but it's a shorter flight. And Colombia, the thing that appeals to me is hablo español.
Hablo español. Hola.
Yeah.
Hola, Blue Crew on chat.
Yeah.
Okay, last question for you. What's one thing you wish you knew before coming to the Philippines the first time when you came here? Because this is your second time.
I really wish I knew somebody local and had a good, solid relationship. That's what I wish. I wish I had a relationship in my, to go, because, like I said, I like going to places and seeing things with somebody, and that's what I wish, because a lot of my time I spent in a hotel, but part of that's due to a credit card issue, which is a whole other story. I'll tell you, the one thing I wish I knew was that the travel notification on my credit card, I should have wrote that stupid number down. That would have saved me a lot of grief. That number, that travel notification you put on your credit cards, take a picture of it, have access to it, because when you call them and say, yeah, it's me, they're gonna ask you a bunch of questions that you're not gonna know the answer to, but they will ask you that number, and if you have that number, everything's golden. And if not, everything goes south quick. That's not good. That's what happened to me last time, and that's why I got stuck in a really cruddy hotel for 27 days in Lapu-Lapu.
So now
I didn't go nowhere.
You've got ideas na.
Yeah. And I wish I would have been more willing to spend my emergency cash, because I had emergency cash on me, but I was too stubborn to use it, and I should have used it and just still did my travel.
So your first time travel, when you first time went here in the Philippines, have you feel nervous because it's your first time?
Any normal human being's gonna be a little bit nervous coming to a new country for the first time, especially if you did like I did, without knowing anybody. I didn't even message Ann and Jome and Claire because they had an issue with some viewer on their channel. And they said it in one of their live streams, and so I didn't even send them a message. They didn't even know I was here.
So you didn't meet them in the first time?
Yeah, that's one of my other regrets, is not meeting the Tribunalos in February.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that was one reason for coming in February too. But when I mean, that happened just a couple days before my trip.
Maybe we haven't yet.
Or maybe it was a couple weeks. And so I said, well, because I was getting ready. I think it was like 17 days before my flight. I was writing Ann a message, and I saw that in one of the videos, and I'm saying, well, I just deleted the message. That was another regret.
Okay, listener na.
Yeah.
But now you've met us, not only Ann, but all tribunalos na, I think.
Yeah, because I was going to message Junibel too, because I at that time I was watching Junibel's channel too.
But I think we haven't yet doing YouTube that time. I don't know.
Junibel and Ann were. And I even think Leica was, but maybe not.
But not as always on YouTube.
You guys haven't started. You guys weren't started yet.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Sir Dan, for...
Don't call me sir. I don't like being called sir. Just
Okay.
call me Dan.
Thank you, Dan, for being part of my YouTube channel. Thank you for willing to be in the camera. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much. Thank you so much.
Everybody, thumbs up.
Yeah, everybody.
Like, comment,
Yeah.
subscribe.
Yes. Thank you again. And that's all for today's video, guys. Bye-bye.
Adios, amigos.
Adios, amigos.